Time is not your most valuable resource in life. Attention is. Because where your attention goes, that's where your life flows, right? As the old cliche says, wherever you place your attention is what is basically creating, molding, and crafting your physical reality. So, where your thoughts go, where your emotional state goes, where your actions go, which is attention, which is focus, that is where your life goes. That is what you're going to create out of your own physical reality. And for most of us, especially in this day and age, we are so accustomed to not only distracting ourselves, but escaping our own lives absolutely and instead plugging into the lives of others. In essence, we vicariously live through the lives of those who we believe are more important than ourselves. Look at celebrity culture. This is a perfect example, right? Most of us know more about our quote unquote favorite celebrity than we know about ourselves. We spent more time invested in this person outside of ourselves, a person that we don't even have an interpersonal relationship with. We know more about them than we know about ourselves. We spent more time invested in them. Maybe we're watching their content online. Maybe we're watching their movies, their interviews, right? We're reading their books, whatever it may be. We are tuning into the worlds of other people as opposed to investing that time into ourselves. And so my message today is simple, and my message today is very straightforward, and my message is clear. And that is to focus on yourself. And this isn't a message I'm saying from a soapbox or a pulpit. I'm saying this directly to you as the individual who needs this message. Every single day, I must remind myself that your life matters. Focus upon your own life. Feed that attention into your own reality. Now, there's a multitude of people, a lot of my followers, etc., who play video games. So you know what it is to leave your life behind or put your life aside and instead to place your energy, your attention into a character on a screen, right? You know what it is to completely neglect yourself, completely abandon yourself, and throw yourself into this artificial world and become that character, and to feed into that character, and to build that character up. Now, that's the most obvious version of vicariously living through others. But we're doing this at a subconscious level, continuously, perpetually, on a day to day basis, even within the interpersonal relationships that we have, within the intimate or the romantic relationships, within the friendship, within the familiar relationships, where we pour so much of our time, energy, and attention into those relationships, forgetting our lives completely. And so, my message is simple. Focus on yourself. Come back to yourself. Now, why does it matter that you focus on yourself? Well, the first thing is this is your life. This is your reality. This is not here by accident. You are not here by accident. You are not here as a consumer. You're not here as a cog in a machine. You're not here as a nothing. The odds of you being here, being born, existing as you are, is 70 trillion to 1, or 1 in 70 trillion. Those are the odds of you existing as a human being in your exact form, making it in the first place, all the way here onto planet Earth. So we're just starting there. That's just the starting point, right? So for most of us who think to ourselves, do I have a purpose in life? Or am I just here by accident? Am I a oops baby? Some of us would say in the United States, no, you're not a oops baby. Though there may have not been an intention to have you as a child, there is no accident that you're here, because everything in life serves its purpose. Even the things we don't like. Spiders, which most people don't like. If spiders did not exist, we would go into famine overnight. So everything in our physical experience, everything within this thing we call reality, serves its vital importance. How much more of a purpose do you serve in this life? Yet you have been indoctrinated to believe, you have been conditioned to believe that you're a nobody, that you're worthless, that your worth only exists in the eyes of others, that you only mean something if you have certain things. And again, this is a message that I was raised upon. This is a message that was instilled into me. I wasn't birthed and formed and shaped into this person that you see in front of you right now. I had to peel back layers that were conditioned into me. I had to peel back programs that were placed upon me in the youngest stages of my life, from infancy, adolescence, young adulthood, etc. There were beliefs that I carried that I wasn't good enough to be who I truly wanted to be, that I wasn't worthy of the things that I desired, that I wasn't deserving of the life that I truly wanted for myself. And with that belief, I then stepped into this vicarious living of other people's lives. And that's why we do this. That's why we perpetually find ways to throw ourselves into somebody else's gifting. Example, if you are somebody who has an inclination to make music, right? You have a deep seated desire to create music, but you don't believe that you are deserving of being that person. You don't think you can do it, not because you don't have the talent, right? Because for most people who are in that space of music, you already know that there's something there, like there's an inclination you have. You just don't think you're as good, or you don't think you're as deserving of that state or in that space as a Taylor Swift. You don't deserve that thing as much as the baby or Lil Baby or whatever babies are out there nowadays. You believe that you, in and of yourself, do not matter as much as that person that you have now put on a pedestal and idolized. And oftentimes we then start to envy, because when we believe we can't have something, we fall into a state of envy. I wish I had what that person had. Or we get into even worse, which is jealousy. I wish they didn't have what they have. They don't deserve what they have, simply because we believe that we don't deserve what that person has, right? We start to project our own insecurities onto others. And so we start to have this love-hate relationship with individuals who are doing the thing that we want to do ourselves, which, by the way, is a key indicator of like the thing that you actually desire most. See where your envy and your jealousy lays. And you got to be completely honest with yourself about these. You know, most of us would not admit that we have jealous tendencies or envy within us, right? We pretend like it doesn't exist. But we continue to slander somebody because they got some money. We slander somebody because they got some notoriety, whatever it may be. And we think that's normal behavior. No, that is a byproduct of unchecked envy or unchecked jealousy. So that's a story for a whole nother time. But bringing it back to the point at hand, when you believe that you are undeserving and unworthy of the thing that you desire most, right? Maybe you want to be an author. If you believe that you do not have it in you, or you don't deserve to be somebody that is read, that is, infamous for your words, somebody who is known around the planet by millions of adoring listeners or readers or whatever it may be, if you have that belief, then you will continuously find yourself drowning yourself in other people's books, drowning yourself in other people's literature, drowning yourself in other people's content. And you will forever have this yearning, this desire in you to be this person, but it will never be fulfilled. And no matter how much of everybody else's world that you dive into, whether it's, Stephen King's world, a C.S. Lewis world, a Tolkien's world, you will continuously find yourself at a deficit. You will feel unfulfilled. You feel that there is a void in your life. And the reason there is that void is because you, in and of yourself, are not placing that focus on your life. You're not placing that attention upon you to build the world that you are here to build. You're supposed to build your own Star Wars. You're supposed to build your own Narnia. You're supposed to build your own universes within this life. That is the purpose. You're supposed to become the chef of your own recipes and create this world that never existed before. Your purpose is as a creator. And whatever it is that your gifting, your passions, your talents are, your aptitudes are, you're supposed to use those in order to usher in this new reality. You're supposed to use your gifting for you. You're supposed to pour into you, not to neglect them, not to abandon them and pick somebody else's stuff up and see it as holy and mighty and put it on this pedestal. And there's a transition that happened for me when I came from being somebody who just consumed content profusely, listening to podcasts, listening to video content, etc., to when I started transitioning out of consumption and into creation. And the more I created, the less I consumed. And the more I started realizing, wait, I'm just like anybody else that I'm listening to. I'm just like the ones I'm watching, the people that I put on these pedestals, the ones that I idolized. I thought they were so genius and brilliant. I am the exact same as any of them, right? I'm not going to say I am better than, but I'm also not worse than. I'm not lower than, but I'm not higher than. But within my own life, I had to become a priority. I had to prioritize my own life in order to pour into me. And at the most practical levels is, oftentimes we say we don't have the time to do X, Y, and Z. I just don't have the time to build that business. I don't have the time to create the product. I don't have the time to write the book. It is not that we do not have time. It is that we are not making the time. We're not prioritizing ourselves. That's the core of it. We don't believe we're deserving of that time for ourselves. And so we give that time to those who we believe are more deserving. I believe that their book is more deserving. I believe that their piece of content, their piece of music is more important than my own. And so we won't pour into our own. And this isn't an anti, get inspired or an anti stop watching or stop listening to anything. I'm not going to tell you not to or to do anything. I'm simply going to highlight or bring awareness to something that I believe is of value and is going to bring you back to yourself, right? That is my intention, to guide you back to you, to remember that you have something in you that matters, that is valuable. Every single one of us do. Every single one of us has a unique purpose. I don't care if there's 10 million or 10 billion people on this planet with a gift to sing. Every single one of them has a different song on their heart that they must bring into life. And we don't have a capacity. We have this belief that some people have a certain level of potential, other people have, a lower level of potential. I believe that every single one of us has unlimited capacity. It is only the limitations that we put upon ourselves, right? It is only how far we allow ourselves to go within this life. How much of life do we truly experience is based upon how much of life do we allow ourselves to experience. It's not based upon your government. It's not based upon external forces. It's not based upon a system or an institution out there. But instead, the only system in operation is your belief system, right? It's not the system. It is your system, your internal storyline, your internal narrative, your internal beliefs are going to dictate the life you allow yourself to lead. And so for me, I continue to perpetuate the same message because it is the only message that matters when it's all said and done. Is start to check on what are your beliefs. Start to investigate and to become aware of, what do I believe about myself? How do I see myself? Right? What image do I hold about me? And if you hold an image of lesser than, if you hold an image of cannot do or does not deserve, if that's what you see from within, then that's what's going to manifest out without. That's what's going to show up as your external world. That's what's going to show up as your reality, per se. And it will be nobody else's quote unquote fault. It is nobody else doing this to you. People may influence you. They may look to subvert you. They may look for ways to impact you in some way. But nobody can control your thought process. Nobody can control your emotional state. You can give that power over to another, but nobody can do it for you. It's not Instagram that is controlling you. You are giving your attention to Instagram, giving your attention to Facebook, giving your attention to YouTube, giving your attention to the advertising. You're giving your attention to the creator, right? You're giving your attention to me at this very moment in time. Now, I would hope that I am giving you absolute value and service at this moment. I will hope that I am guiding you back to yourself, that as soon as you watch this, you go into that state of reflection and meditation and start thinking on your own life, right? You start dreaming again. You start visioning your life once again. That is my hope. But when it's all said and done, it is you who is choosing what you are and are not doing. I understand the power of conditioning, but we are the ones who allow the conditioning to continue, to perpetuate. We allow those thought processes to continue, to perpetuate. We allow any belief system to deeply internalize day after day, moment after moment. And it is only us who can do anything in order to change the trajectory of our lives. Nobody else can do this for us. I wish there was a button you could click. I wish there was somebody you could go to, but that's not the case. The person you're supposed to go to is, right in front of that mirror, is the person who's consuming this piece of content right now. The one listening to this message is the one who was sent here to save you. Period. That being said, quick plug of my first published book, Doing Me Guilt Free. To be honest, this is a lifetime companion. This is a lifetime investment. This is the sort of message that I believe continues and perpetuates throughout your life. A reminder to break free from that need of external validation and to get back to a place of true personal power. So make sure to get yourself a copy of Doing Me Guilt Free by clicking the link in the description below. Until the next time, namaste, namaskar.